Okay, so I think we got the final design on this. We're not actually going to do any windows inside of the covered portion here. We're just going to put one door wall that's an 8-footer from here to here, and I think that opening right now is 8 foot 4 inches, I want to say. So should just be minimal framing on the side needed to get the proper rough opening. And then I talked to the door supplier, which is Benson's in Pontiac, and what we're going to try to do is order the same exact door, because that's where we got this originally, and actually have the transom made so that it fits perfectly into the top header that we've already got there. So shouldn't need any framing up top, assuming they can do that. And the guy on the phone thought he could. So just one door wall being put in here with the minimal framing. And then on the other wall, which is, you know, here all the way over to the other side, we're just looking to mirror this setup that we've got with the 2 door walls on this wall. So same story, should be minimal framing just on the sides here. You got I don't know if that's an 8x8 or whatever is gonna fit in the middle, and then minimal framing required on the other side as well. Probably just a single 2x6, I don't know, maybe 2 sistered up or whatever. But just basically move that, put the exact same thing over here. And then we're doing the same deal with the transoms, where we're trying to get it so that it's a perfect fit right along that header that's already up there and wrapped. And then we were just going to stick with all the siding finish that's already on here. And then there should be very minimal, if any, siding required here, maybe a little bit on the sides to fill in, and then same thing, very minimal siding on the sides of the walls here, and then I guess the strip down the middle that's being installed between the 2 door walls. Only other thing I can think of is the gutter is kind of coming in about maybe 2 inches too far. May or may not be a problem, but may need to just pop that cap off on the end, trim 2 inches off of that and pop the cap back on, I'm thinking, if required. May not be. And then same thing with this over here. Might need to take 1 inch or 2 off of that. That one looks more like 1 inch, just to make sure you got room to put the door wall in. Maybe not. Then, like I said, we've got heated floors going in here, so planning on just using the heated mats. I don't know if you guys have ever installed those, but pretty simple. Actually put them in my master bathroom, and you just lay the mats flat across and tile right over the top of them. So nothing too difficult there. I've got the electrical pretty much ready to go for the thermostat or control that's actually in our master bedroom, which is just on the other side of this wall. So we'll just have to bring the power supply line, that'll be thermostat there, and then the line would run behind the wall and come out somewhere around here on the bottom, and then that would run to the mat. Yeah, and then we'll tile, of course, in the covered area here is what we're thinking. And like I said, it'll likely be some sort of outdoor, like a slate or something like that. And we're looking to do that in here. And then also on the outside, we'd like the same tile to match. So on this part as well, which is, I think, 11 by, what was it? I think it was like 16.5 by 11.5 or something like that. And then whatever other, finishes inside here to make sure that it looks like a, completed room ready to move furniture into. Any sealant rather, or insulation that may be needed. I don't know if there'll be any. I haven't checked to see if there's insulation in the ceiling here. I'm not sure. If it is, we're going to want some there. And then obviously any of the gap filler sealant stuff around the door wall that might be needed to make sure it's as airtight as possible and insulated. And then just this little vinyl trim that's kind of going around the door walls. We'll want to replicate that over on the new stuff going in. And that should be the full project. I'll try to draft up a scope of work if that sounds good to you guys and get that over to you. Thanks.